There you go, that was a classic track from Motörhead, getting tonight's edition of The Bull dedicated to the band underway. And as you can see right now, I'm joined by two members of Motörhead, Lemmy and Mickey, and we're going to talk about your new album, Bastards, which is actually released tomorrow. How are you guys doing? How are you?
I'm doing fine, thank you. It's nice and warm, a little waterfall, you know. I'm not paying for the booze.
Sounds pretty good to me. Well, let's talk about Bastards, because does the title reflect a certain frame of mind? Bastards. Yeah. Does the title reflect a certain frame of mind for the writing and recording of the record?
No, we thought we'd make a record for the world, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's dedicated to everybody. It's dedicated to all of you boys and girls. Isn't that nice? Yes, it is.
But I get the impression that you guys were very angry when you made the record. Is that true?
I'm angry nearly all the time, actually.
Mm-hmm. But was it to do with the problems with record companies and management and stuff like that? That you wrote the album like that?
No, I've always thought everybody was bastards.
But is it true that you actually
They never let me down either.
Is it true that you actually wanted to call Motörhead Bastard right back in the beginning?
Yeah, and Wurzel was going to call one of the first bands he was in Bastard as well. A band called Bastard as was. So
the kind of running theme through Motörhead.
A running saw, yes. A running man in tiny little shorts.
But I mean, I know you've had a lot of problems with record companies and stuff.
Just as many problems with us, believe me.
But what I wanted to know was, when you'd done the album, was it kind of like a catharsis for you? Did you get a lot of things out of your system?
You do on every album. It's like some people go out and razor attack people. I sing rock and roll, you know. Mm-hmm. It's like the same release. It wasn't especially the record company. I expected them to be assholes, and they were assholes, you know. And I tell you, if I did my job as good as they do theirs, there'd never be a show. Because these people are incompetent. They couldn't run a piss up in a brewery, you know. They're hopeless, really hopeless. So don't sign with the major pop kids. Get your own label. Believe me, it's worth it.
I mean, most of them are bastards, so I would say that reflects pretty good on what we're working with and have to deal with. That's for sure. But this album is a different situation, I would say.
I mean, how is it you can get yourself on 82 AOR stations right across the country with a track with Ozzy and Slash on it? One of whom is an epic artist anyway. And then they won't give you a budget for a video?
Well, no, even better.
What is wrong with this question?
It's even better. They couldn't even see why we wanted to do a video.
I know, and also you had a Grammy nomination for 1916. You were the first metal band to appear on The Tonight Show in the USA. So
they couldn't promote that?
They couldn't do that?
Hopeless.
Hopeless. Record companies, they're hopeless. I think that's
hopeless. I mean, your average corner shop runs better than that. You know? A small supermarket has run better than that. Jesus.
Well, we don't want to talk too much about the business side of things, because we want to talk about the music, and we're going into the video for Ace of Spades. Now, I know that this wasn't exactly an ideal scenario as far as you were concerned, Lemmy, because it was actually remixed as a dance track and used on a TV advert. How did you feel about that?
I've never seen the TV advert. I just hated the track. And I insisted that if they released that track, they should release the original one, the same record, and it should come before that one on it. And people luckily retained their sense of smell and bought the original, you know. So we did the original on top of the pop site in England. So it's very nice to have a hit again. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, great. Well, let's see it now then. We're going to talk to Motörhead lots more, but let's go into that classic video for Ace of Spades. By the pool with Motörhead. Yes, this is the life. As you can see, Lemmy and Mickey are still with me. We're going to talk some more. And you guys, you've got new management.
Really, Rick.
You've got new management, you've got a new record company behind you. Do you finally feel that Motörhead's business is in order?
No. I've felt like that every year for 19 years. I don't see why I should fall for it again this year. I don't think that anything is in order. I think actually disorder is the order of my life. And that's how I feel about it. Pop kids and everything.
But you've got your own record label now, haven't you? Motörhead Records.
Yes.
Does that?
Yes, we have.
Yes. But does that not make it easier for you to have control of what's going on with the band?
No. I don't know. people seem to think that we're in control, you know. I mean, there is no plan, you know. We just put a record out and then we tour for a bit. And then we put another record out. Like, it's quite simple. But you'd think that would be easy, wouldn't you? On the way, there's all these people who are not like musical at all, and they make things very difficult for us to get the music to the people. And the business has been going more and more like that lately. The last 10 years, it's been getting really stifled. There is now no musical like outrageousness allowed at all.
And nobody taking any risks with bands either.
If it's not safe, then we won't spend any money on it, you know. And that's not anything to do with rock and roll. No. Rock and roll is not making the bloody figures match at the bottom of the page. Rock and roll is supposed to be outrageous in and of itself. It is rebellion music and against nothing, just rebellion for its own sake, you know. I mean, if you, like Marlon Brando said, what have you got, you know? What are you rebelling against? And that's quite true.
But what can you do about that as a band?
And keep going and piss them off.
Make a record, bastards. That's what we can do.
Yeah, they'll hate it. See,
at least we have a little bit more control now. When you know,
yeah, we do.
It makes a difference. But you can never tell until the album's been out for a while.
Mickey's got a joystick.
Well, on this record, as we've said on the show before, Motörhead has returned to the basic roots.
We never actually went away.
No. But you've got a lot more back to your old style, and also there are some other standout tracks that are a little bit different. We'll talk about those later on. But why did you decide to go back to your earlier style?
We didn't decide to, actually. Mickey joined the band and he's faster, mainly. You know, I mean, like Mickey's been great fun for us because he was sort of like Phil was when he was younger, you know, and he really pushes it. So that was good, that was better. And also he had a lot of ideas, far too many actually. Had to beat him with a stick at one point, stop him having
have Bastards Part 2.
Yeah, right. Whack, whack, whack. No, it was really good recording this time. It was really easy and it was really quick.
It's the way a Motörhead album should sound, and you know, it's just back to the real track, put it that way. And I think we all worked really hard to make the album sound.
Well, I sure
the way
did.
it is. You did. And
I worked hard.
First did, and we have a producer that helped us a little bit.
Yeah, Howard Benson. We'll talk about him a bit later on, actually. But yes, did you find it frustrating? Did you find it frustrating that your hardcore fans weren't very open-minded to the stuff on the kind of more different stuff on 1916 and March or Die?
No, I don't know. They're the biggest sellers we've had in England for 10 years. I mean, I think they were open to it. I don't think you can. People judge people, you know, too easily. I think our fans are open to anything that we give them, you know, if they like it. That's the point, is if they like it. And if you hear a track that's a bit more complicated or something, or a bit different, then all you have to do is listen to it a few times before you get it. I mean, when the Beatles brought an album out, every time it was different. You thought it was a different bloody band every time they brought an album out, and there's nothing wrong with that, you know. Yeah, it's just like, it's called